Okay, guys, is this working? Hopefully it is. This is Mrs. B Finesse with Millennial Finesse Mindset. I'm trying to get it together today, guys. So I'll let everybody come on in. This is a pop-up live today. Trying to make sure I'm getting my features working. When you guys come in, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell. We're doing it big today, guys. We're changing it up. Trying to get real official here. The topic at hand is going to be stop treating their men like your homegirl. So I want to have a discussion about that. Make sure you come on in, guys. Get yourself together. Get yourself something to drink or eat if you are getting off work. Hey, my Vivid Life. I'm trying to level up like you. I'm trying to get it together now. And so I said, you know what? Let me get it together. Let me get this stream going. And we're just going to talk today. All right, guys. Hopefully, everybody is ready to be a part of the discussion today. I want everybody to put their 2 cents in. Make sure you guys hit that like button when you come in. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you guys can see when I come on. I am going to try more to just pop on the live so I can get more accustomed to talking to you guys. You are in a new spot. Yeah, no, actually, I've had the microphone. I just haven't had time to put it together. I just haven't had time to get it. Oopsie, I haven't had time to get it together. So I've actually had it, and yeah, I'm just in a different part of the house. So I'm trying to figure out which place is the best, like the living room or the other game room or where I normally record. So yeah, figuring it out. Are you feeling better? My Vivid Life. Hopefully you're feeling a lot better. All right, guys. So let's get into. It's like okay. Let me turn the echo down. Okay. How's it sound now? That echoes up. There's a slight delay with the. Okay. Hello. All right. Is that better? Maybe I should scoot back. I'm still getting used to the mic. I don't know if I want to use my camera mic or this one. So, all right, guys. So let me give you guys time. Let me run and check this real quick. Okay. I think a little better. I'm getting because I'm normally not used to having a mic, and I turn the echo down, but I'm not sure if it's like supposed to sound like that or what. Okay, cool, cool. Yep, trying to get it together. Okay, guys. So it kind of pondered my mind earlier. This discussion and this topic at hand, and I do want to get everybody's view on this discussion because I think it is super important. Guys, if you don't know who I am and what this channel is about, my name is Mrs. B Finesse, and I am with the channel Millennial Finesse Mindset at his website. I have a YouTube channel, Instagram also, and the channel's purpose is to get you guys to be more aware of what is going on for you to have a mindset where you can stay positive and uplifting, which in my words is called a finesse mindset. Finesse in the sense of you're using what you have and how you are and you're confident with it to move forward in life. All right. I focus on different ideals to get you and keep you positive. We have discussions about things that are going on as far as trending topics, things that are important as far as family, finance, and relationship wise ideals. And I just like to have an open discussion. I'm still figuring out like all these little things I have around here. But yeah, so I do want to have that discussion. You guys go ahead and make sure you get something to snack on or drink. I'm about to grab me a quick cup of water and we're going to get the party started, all right? I can undo this mic if you feel like the background from it is distracting, and I'll change it. But other than that, let's get started. All right, guys. So the conversation today, see the thumbnail. Stop treating your man like he's your homegirl. All right. So I think just in general, hey, blind guy, his wife, their life. Hey there, everyone. Are we working through the kinks? Yeah, I let everybody go get a drink because I was trying to make sure I came on time and I didn't get to grab me something to drink. So we paused for the calls. Me and my vivid life were chatting it up, and I wanted everybody to get a drink. And get yourself together because I know a lot of people are getting off work at this time and you're trying to just wind down and relax. So that's the vibes we're going for right now. We're trying to wind down and relax. You guys see that in the back? Oops, over here. There. Oh, that's my little cast we made when I was pregnant. So that's what that big blob in the back is if you get distracted. All right, guys, so let's talk about it. Stop treating your man like your homegirl is the discussion today. I definitely want everybody involved, married, single, divorced, because we all have a side in the saying this, and I would like to see all aspects being discussed today. Let me see if you guys like the natural light, or you want me to turn on my regular light. Which one? You guys like that better, or you want the natural light? Which looks better? All right, Elliot. Hey, LA Stewart, how are you? I am here for you. Great job. I got a water and I'm retired, so we could. Hey, let's see. There's still an echo from me. Like the mic is hot. Maybe turn your volume down a bit. Okay, let me turn the volume down. Um, or I'll just unplug that mic for now. Let's see if it makes it. Let me turn the volume down, and you guys tell me, and then I'll just not do it then. Okay, I got my mic. Let's turn the volume down. The echo. Okay, echo. Down, down, down. Turn the volume down on the mic. How is it sound any better? Yes, you definitely want the light in the front, not the back. Oh, you want the okay like this, so that's better. This light, my vivid life. Okay. All right, guys. Does this sound any better? Yes or no? Let me know if this sounds any better, guys. All right. So we're gonna have this discussion, and I wanted us to be talking about women stop treating your man like he's your homegirl. And just in general, guys, just me much better. Okay, cool. So just in general, guys, speaking on this and talking, let's echo more clear. Okay, good, good. You guys know I'm just figuring it out. I've been trying to get this streamline thing going for so long, but I'm here and we're gonna work this thing out and we're gonna do this for the family because this is what we need. Hey, what's up, Darius? I'm trying to get it official like the rest of you guys. I'm trying to level on up with the family. So here we go. Got the streaming right. Got my little mic up. So we're gonna have a discussion as a family, guys. So if you are just getting in on our stream family, once again, I'm going to kind of carry on a discussion that I was thinking about, but I heard a couple attributes of it earlier. If you just got in, hello, family. Hola. Make sure you guys hit that like button when you come in. Share this too, because I really want to get a lot of people involved in this discussion. I want to hear all facets of this discussion. So make sure you share this with somebody so they can get involved too and give their mindset and perception. And here we go, guys. So JP, the Spy Matriarch, had a stream earlier. I was catching it in and out. And I heard a discussion going on with the lovely Adrian. And they were going back and forth about alpha men and alpha females and how an alpha female would never get an alpha man or alpha male. All right. So in my mind, I started thinking about, okay, so this is a discussion that I'm very new to because I didn't really know it was a thing. If you don't know, guys, I am so new to these YouTube streets. I could be like drinking Similac. Okay. So I don't know about everything going on in the streets. I don't know about red pill, blue pill, manosphere. I'm learning all that. And so it was really interesting as I'm starting to learn all these things, where the ideals come from. And basically in the discussion earlier on JP stream, The chat was because you guys know I'm in the chat reading the chat, and I'm part of it too, so I can't say much. But the chat was basically saying how, you know, this is the reason why, you know, a lot of women, they get so confident, and they take that confidence as let me see, they use that confidence as a ladder, but they're a ladder going up to nowhere, if that makes sense. So women are so confident and so strong and want to be alpha and dominant women, but the average alpha male doesn't want that. So comes my discussion. Is it an issue of the women kind of treating the men like homegirl literally, or figuratively speaking? So when I say treating the man like a homegirl, what I think, there's two facets to that. I think treating your man like a homegirl, so like when you are dating him and you are with him, the ideal of he needs and wants to do everything you want to do. That's one aspect. And the second aspect is you're kind of leading a man on that you know you really don't want to like, you really don't want to date, but you are kind of just using him in the girl role. All right. So the two facets are when you're in a relationship, all right, that role, and then in I guess you could say friendship. And do we notice this as women, how it can be a term of us using the men and not really realizing that. All right. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. Derek says, good to see all the beautiful people in the chat. Girl, that's Jane. Yeah, Derek was there. I couldn't catch the whole thing. Like I was in it, and then I had cut it off because I was running errands in the car, and then I came back. I had exercised, came back, opened it again, and I heard yelling, and I was like, "What is going on with the family?" So yeah, it was pretty intense. Everybody saying hi in the chat. Cool. Okay, cool. So let's get into it. And once again, if you're just getting into the stream, I do want us to be interacting, and I do want you guys to answer and say your perception, because I think it's important. The biggest thing with my YouTube, how I'm going to run my streams, and how I want to make connections with all different people, is I want us to be hearing each other's perception. I want us to hear how we see it, because I think a big issue with the disagreements is we don't want to hear anybody else's view of it. Their view might be jaded, their view might be wrong, their view might be a hot mess, but it's still their perception. And the only way, and I can tell you literally with this, as far as like me understanding psychology, having a degree in this, and using that psychology degree to deal with people, students, education, relationships. It is very important for you to hear people out. It is very important for you to understand why somebody is doing what they're doing. Just you barking down their throat, or you saying you're wrong, or you assuming that that person doesn't know what they're talking about, you're not getting understanding. So I always like to have these conversations so we can gauge understanding. It's very important to me. All right. Blind guy, his wife Delilah says, the grocery store took me out and I never got a chance to get back to the alpha stream. It went so many which ways. I mean, as Darius, my vivid life was there too. It went so many different ways. It was just, but it at the end, everybody was cordial. But I digress. We're not gonna go off track here. I know how to moderate and keep that going, especially since I'm an educator. I know how not to get way off to the left or something. We're going to stay on what I'm talking about, and we're going to stay right in that area. We're not going left. But so let's focus on the first one, where I said in relationships. I think this is key, because I think this is more palpable, because women, if you can be honest, we've done this. So I think a lot of and the men, please interact in the chat, because I need confirmation if what I'm saying is relatable, or if your perception of it is different. All right. Because you guys, there's people coming in and out of the chat, and I want them to be able to understand what it actually is, instead of just a person's perception. I want to hear different interactions. All right. So actually, we like what we like, and we want what we want. Who doesn't? Especially when you get comfortable with a male. So I think number one, a lot of times, really, and this is everybody, you need to definitely ask. If you look at like ask somebody if they actually want to do what you want them to actively do. Example, if you look at the thumbnail that I put up and you see you have this male and this woman, and obviously it looks like they're like at a retail store or something, and they're at a retail store, and you can tell the guy in the avatar looks disgusted. Now, men in the chat, let me know if you've ever felt your girl or your wife or your woman, and she was in the store or shopping or doing something a little bit too long, and you dealt with it, but you really didn't want to be there. Let me know in the chat. So put a one, man, in the chat if you've experienced that, so we can make this relatable. So I think a lot of times, women, we don't realize that men, especially if they care about you and they love you, they're going to tolerate a lot of stuff from us. And a lot of times, because they tolerate it, we're not really sure if we're causing a problem or if we are creating a problem with them. Because especially if they love you, and like I said, you really don't understand that till you know a man has like bent over backwards and done a lot for you. If you haven't, I'm very sorry, because when they do, you know that they care. So just because he is showing he cares by, I guess you could say, dealing with or tolerating things, still doesn't mean that you shouldn't have a discussion or have an understanding that if he does tell me he doesn't want to do it, I can't be angry. I can't catch my little attitude and I can't get mad. Now, ladies, that's easier said than done. I can tell you that for me, being honest, okay, it's so much easier said than being done. Especially a lot of times when the man will not speak up and say, like, I really don't want to do this. Now, understanding, guys, I feel like when you're dating and you're doing things, that's kind of different compared to somebody like being in a long-term real relationship and you're actually with somebody, and then you kind of figure out the norms. But if he is very gung-ho about not doing something, ladies, don't push him to do it, because what's happening is the person's not being real with you and honest. And if you start a relationship or you start a I don't know, you start courting with someone and you tend to make them do things that they don't want to, there is going to be issues going forward because there's not going to be honesty. And ladies, that's what we want. We really want honesty. All right. I see people coming into the chat, into the stream. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell. If you don't know who I am Mrs. D Finesse, and we are having these talks today. We are talking about women, ladies. We need to stop treating our men like they're our homegirls. All right. So we're having a discussion about this with the men and women, and I just want to hear all the different sides of this conversation. So let me go back into the chat and see what has been said. Okie dokie. Oh, wow. You guys are really active in the chat. Thank you guys, too, for that. Thank you for being engaged and active in the chat. Blind Guy, his wife. I'm sorry. L.A. Stewart says, yes, women treating black men as she is her child or girlfriend, at times treating them as a slave. Women think we as black men are not relative. Well, your perception of that is true. But I think a lot of times it's just the fact that many women, especially if they're nice looking women, we get our way a lot. So once you get your way a lot, it's kind of hard to distinguish that you're overdoing it. And especially a woman that's assertive. She might not have to be the prettiest thing, but if she's assertive, a lot of times men will just deal with that. So I see where you're coming from there, Ellie Stewart. Dang it, guys. I'm pressing stuff and I'm hoping I'm not deleting things. If I do, I'm not trying to delete your comments. I'm trying to do a lot. The lead attorney makes this so easy. He makes this very easy. Let's see. Darius says, so let's be honest. Most women do not perceive men to be different than women. That's true. He says, thus, it's an automatic assumption that women believe that men should fall into that homegirl role. And that's a mistake. Yeah, because a lot of women, like I told you, well, I haven't said this on this stream, but I'll make it clear. It was such an over push of women being independent, women doing it on their own. And then since not even just a push of it, guys, it was put into action. Especially after the Second War, women had to go actually to the factories because the men were shipped off. So at that point, when women had to technically really do it all, and then when we go into specifically black women, when the crack cocaine epidemic came up and most of the black men had to go to jail, it was this whole mindset of kind of like the woman is the hustle, hustle hard role now. And then when you get into welfare and all those things where they definitely want men out of the picture, and it's systemic sometimes in families, the welfare is cyclical to where, women are just like, let me just have them just to have them, but it's something I really don't want because I know at any time I don't need him and I can get the help from somewhere else. So I get what you're saying on that, Darius. And he agreed with what I was saying earlier with the one. Early LA Stewart agreed with me too with the one. Um, Black women think nothing interesting dogs and think say many black women who fear me and not. And I think, like I say, guys, I think these conversations should be had. And that's why I'm here. I know a lot of times I know this. Our perception of our reality is our experiences. Okay? Say that again. Our perception of our reality is our experiences. So if you've been through negativity dealing with your race or your culture, you've been through being hurt with your race or your culture, it is your identity until you see something different. All right. So I want us, even though we all have our truths in here and we have experiences, still be open to the fact that we're having this discussion because we want to see all sides of it. And I think lately, yes, there has been a big push to this aggressive black woman archetype. And we've seen it. Definitely, we've seen this archetype. But it is not who collectively we are as black women. I think we project kind of what we are looking for. If you've been, okay, so let me make it palpable. Let me make it make sense. If you've been hurt a lot and you're still in that hurt, you're going to project that hurt onto you. So those type of people will come to you. Those type of people will be engaged around you. It's not something you're trying to do. It's just something that when you feel like you're better or more, you'll get it. Now, don't get me wrong, guys. We're not talking about outliers. I'm not saying you're not going to deal with a cuckoo bird or an idiot that's going to try to use you or hurt you. But honestly, guys, in life, you don't want to sit in a bubble and not experience life in other people just because you're scared to get hurt. And I think that's something we as humans struggle with. We're scared to get hurt again, so we don't even want to put our foot out there and try at all. And I think that's the worst thing in life, when you get hurt so bad and you don't want to even try. So you put this stigma on any and everybody of whatever that group or that ideal that hurts you, and you say that it's work, and that's not true. So I do want us to be open for that too in our discussions. Let's see. Snuggle says, why not treat your man like your homegirl isn't what women say they want? If their man does not listen, women go talk to the other woman and take the advice of the other woman instead of the man. That's true, Snuggles. So, and I think that's really bad, especially when you're a woman who has a man and you talking to one that doesn't have a man and sure enough can't keep one, and he wouldn't want her anyways. So that's the problem too. You want to go where wisdom is. I think I had where is that? Well, this is a regular saying, iron sharpens iron. But what was that poster I used to have up? Be around the people that are going to sharpen you. So if you stay around low moral people that aren't trying to do anything, and they don't even have what you're trying to expect, I'm definitely not about to ask any wisdom or anything from somebody that doesn't have what I want. And I want to be around people that have more than me, because that's what I aspire to do. I don't mind helping those that are like me or lower, but as far as growth, I want to be around people that have more than me, because I'm leveling up. That's my mindset. I'm not staying in the gutter for nobody. What's up, Trash Can Ways? What's really good, sir? Hey, I'm trying to do it. I'm a little bit behind on the chats. I know that. But yeah, your girl's trying to come up for the family. I told you guys. That's why I have to take my time and do stuff in my time and catch everybody's lives and all that stuff. So I'm trying to get it together. So thank you, Trash Can Ways. I appreciate that. But I'm trying to level up. You heard? All right. Trash Can says, oh, Lord. I just read the first 3 words, Trash Can. JP the Aspiring. And let me read this slow, because I don't know what you're going to be talking about. JP the Aspiring Matriarch. That could have went That could have went on for 2 hours. Drop the Cash app and give us an opportunity to fund a longer stream during that. That's what I meant to put in here, guys. I don't even have my banners up. You guys are gonna have to go to yeah, I guess you have to go into my. Maybe I should put it up while I'm talking to you, like the lead attorney does. I have my banners with my little support and my buy me a coffee, my Cash app, and all that. Trying to level up like the big dogs. That's what I forgot to put in here. But y'all see, I got my little banner thing going. Trying to do it. But yeah, I didn't get to put my stuff in to stream down there. But if you guys want to support me, go look into the description box or on any of my videos. I have my buy me a coffee and my Cash app. So let's go. Let's see what fam is talking about in the chat. I hope I didn't delete anybody's chat. I'm still learning this. Once again, if you're just getting in, good day to you. Good day. Make sure you guys are vibrant in the chat with me so I can know what's going on and we can have this discussion. JP is here. She says we may have to revisit it Wednesday night, then then we can get more rated. JP says. If you guys don't know JP the Inspiring Matriarch, she did a live today, and JP, you did really good controlling your conversation, and that I do want to give you shouts out for that. The chat was saying that too. It was really good how you were bringing it back to topic. All right, because once again, guys, once you're on your live and you're doing your you are doing your shows, you got to make sure you're in control of that. So JP says, laughing out loud, trash can waves. I should have had a nap though. So maybe we'll just do 4 hours. It was really good though, her conversation. Trash can says, if a shark, oh crap, the chat is moving fast. Let's see. If a sharp blade stayed around a bunch of dull rocks, it would lose its edge. That's true, Trash Can. I'm glad you understood what I was saying in that quote. And that's another thing too, guys, especially as a family, us as women and us as men. We have to be able to encourage each other, and we have to be able. My biggest thing is I'm very tactful. So what I mean when I say I'm tactful is I don't like bull. Like I don't like fakeness. I don't like bull. I don't like something that is totally kind of off. But I use wisdom. So what I'll do is I'll sit and listen first before I come in. All right, and say what I have to say. And I'm very tactful because the old me, like I can see both sides of this story with, women being overly masculine, women being overly dominant. I know it because I did it. Like, so to me, nobody really told me like, don't do it or stop. For my situation, men loved it. I never had anybody ever tell me like, don't be that way. If anything, it attracted more men. And then, I looked half decent, so and carried myself very well. So I got a lot of attention. So it really took a friend telling me that, like a girl, like, you know what, you are the prettiest thing, but you are very, very aggressive. And it was just like, oh, really? Like I didn't think about it. And I started paying attention as I got older, and I was like, wow, like I can still be myself and still make my point, but I don't have to be so to men. Like I don't have to be that way. And it took a while, and it took like, me wanting to change. And I think that is the biggest thing. The woman, we can want a woman to change all day, but she's got to want to change. And that's another thing I do want to talk about. She has to want it. And I think for us to get the women and the ladies there, we definitely have to have a discussion, but we have to show it. Like Trash Can Wave said, iron sharpens iron. We have to be a reflection of what we want to see. And that's really what I want to be in these spaces. I want to be a reflection of how hurt can change, how you can get there. I want to be a reflection of positivity. I want to be a reflection of what it was to what it can be, because I've been in all facets of it. So that's why I really like tapping in, listening to all the views, all the different men and women, because we all have some sort of truths in what we're saying. But our goal is to really meet somewhere. And I think that's the issue. Everybody wants to argue and do all that other side stuff. But our goal, we have to meet somewhere. So we got to have these discussions, all right? Let's see what's going on in the chat. Drop the link, Miss B Finesse. Oh, you talking to... Hold on. Hold on a second. Are you going to cam up Trash Can Waves? Let's see. Oh, Salamander Nelly. Hey, how are you? Love seeing when you pop in, Salamander Nelly. Make sure you're involved in the chat, Salamander, because I'm gonna be asking questions. I want all of us as a family to have this discussion so we can all hear what's going on. Okay, Darius says so everything is not going on with the stream, guys, because like I literally just set it up. So I'm still figuring out the technicalities. So work with me, fam. Work with me. Derry says, at JP, the Spying Matriarch, love your stream today. You applied necessary pressure, and we love you for it. Yeah, JP has that knack about her. Like, she really knows how to control the conversation and what she's trying to get accomplished. And I like that, how you kept bringing that around. But you were pressing for the correct answers in what you were asking. So you did really well, JP. LA Stewart says, go see the movie called Red Pill documentary by filmmaker Cassie J on Voodoo for $2.99. Okay, I have to check that out, LA Stewart. Let's see. Trash Can Wave says, create a banner now or just copy the URL and paste it in the chat when people click. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I did learn how to create the banner. You know what? Y'all gonna watch me do this. Y'all gonna watch me do this. Let's see if it shows up. I did create the banner. I forgot. Yay! There it goes. I don't know how do I get it to like roll though? There we go. I wonder, can I move that? So there it is. There's a banner. I did remember creating that. I do remember that. Do they roll though, guys? There. We'll just leave that. I'll fix that later, but we're gonna leave that there for now. All right, let me get back to the chat. All right. All right, guys. I'm trying to find where. Oh, here it is. I'm like, where'd the chat go? All right. So once again, if you're just coming in, this is Mrs. B Finesse, your girl. She's figuring it out, trying to get through struggle stream to intermediate, advanced stream levels. So work with me. All right. So let's kind of get back to the discussion. Then I'm going to go back into the chat. Okay. All right. So once again, so our discussion today, guys, is stop treating your man like your homegirl. So let me get into more of the side of the relationship with a man. All right. So once again, as far as men, from what I know a man, especially if he loves you, he will bend over backwards and do whatever for you. But man, let me know in the chat, one, if you agree, two, if you don't. But I think the biggest stigma with a man, especially a black man, is giving him his respect. And from my perception of respect, I think respect, put one in the chat, men, if you agree with me. To me, respect is the fact of, even if he's wrong, allow him to go through that journey and be wrong. So let's say like a decision. If there's a decision, I guess, for the household, and your man makes that decision, and you know it's wrong, as long as it's not impeding on the family. Now, come on, ladies, don't be quiet when he's making a stupid choice. But if it's something where you said your piece to him and he's like, well, I want to do this, respectfully, let him make that choice. And as a man, if it's wrong and he is wrong, that's how he learns. So that's one thing about respect. And I think the aspect of submitting. I think a lot of women get submitted, jaded. You're not going to tell a woman that she has to do this and has to do that, or like dominate her. So in the negative sense of submit, I think women get that messed up. But when you truly love somebody and you respect them, you submit easily. So honestly, submitting, to me, that's not a hard thing to do if you love and respect somebody and they treat you with respect. Submit is, to me, submit, and I can always make things palpable because I'm an educator, a counselor. So just submitting to me means like you're loving and respecting me. So I don't think submit is as dogmatic as people take it. I don't think it's just you having a whip over somebody and telling them what to do. No, it's like a two-way street when you submit. You are submitting because you have the respect for that person. And in turn, that respect makes that person love and do the things that you need them to do. So, and women, I'm telling you, if you, especially ladies, women, you try it one time. Let your husband or your man or whatever make a decision that you disagreed with. As long as it's not a decision that's going to hurt or harm anybody, let him make it, and then let it, and see how, even if he does mess up, the resolve. 9 times out of 10, if he knows like you went against him, he's probably going to even come back and apologize and say, listen, babe, I shouldn't listen to you. You know, and I think that's what it means to kind of to respect a man. Let him make the mistakes, because this is how he becomes a better man. When he makes the mistakes, he sees what he did wrong and then he changes it. Instead of when he's getting ready to do something or wanting to do it, you discourage his whole paradigm. And I'm telling you, ladies, once you get a man like discouraged, or you get him off his game where he does not believe in himself, you don't even want that man. So you got to be careful how you're talking to him, because if you get him to not even believe in himself, he's no good for you. He might be, if you want to say, submissive to you, and he might do what you say. But in the end, ladies, we can agree. You don't want a man like that. You don't want a man that is sitting at your beck and call, waiting for you to tell him what to do, because in a sense, that is being a man. It is him making the choice and him standing on the ground and being confident. And then him even being a man in the choice when he messes up. Man, he's manning up, saying, yep, I messed up, but guess what? We're going to get back up and do this again. So let me get back to what you guys are saying in the chat. JP, Darius agreed with me again. Cool. Darius is like, hey, on the banner. Hit the ticker button to make it scroll. Where's the ticker button at? JP, where is it? Ticker. Okay, banners. Hi, banners. Where's it located, JP? Ticker. All right, let me get back. It is a lot of things going on with this StreamYard. Okay. Yeah, put it in the chat, JP. You guys are in the comments. Let me go back and catch up. Okay, Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, I've been that pretty girl acting ugly, and it was women who checked me. I also know a girl that looked like Tracy Morgan, acted ugly. Yeah, and see, that's the thing. That is the thing. Like, I guess, like I said, I guess you could go off. I was just, I don't know, favorite. I had a big personality, but I was like almost feisty all the time. And to me, I kept that up because, like, guys always told me, like, oh, we love it that you're feisty. And I always got attention. And it was just, it was cyclical. So I never stopped it because it was not giving me the effect that I didn't want. But I can say transitioning to being married, it was a choice I made. I was like, I don't want to do and be that anymore. And my husband is worth me changing that. So I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because any real man is going to tell you about yourself with that. And you need to listen to him. If he is telling you and then you want to be with him, you better listen. Because 9 times out of 10, most men that have your well-being first, they don't want you to be hurt or harmed. So I think that is the biggest thing that I see that is a red flag for me when I watch a lot of women talk. They get in that defensive mode where I'm not listening to a man. He can't tell me what to do. Yeah, if it's a man not worth listening to, don't listen to him. But if this is a man that you actually want and you want to be with and you trust him and you trust what he's saying, why would you not want to listen to him? So that I think we're getting ideals jaded. That doesn't make sense. This is somebody you want to be with, somebody you care about and love, but you don't want to listen to. I mean, that doesn't make sense. So yeah, Blind Guy, his wife, their life. That's exactly how I was. But I was so I was more super friendly, guys, than being like this extra diva. I was a diva, but it was just like, that's my personality. I'm very loud and very just like, if you watch my face, you'll see like 20 expressions. I'm just happy all the time. But like, I'm the polar opposite. Well, old self. I can control it now. But my old self, like bubbly, whatever. But it's so ironic, guys. I really like to be to myself. But this is like, everybody loves it, but I really just like to like be to myself or whatever. But on the extreme end of it, like, you get me mad, you don't want that. You definitely don't want that coming down the road. You get me mad, you see something different. But the thing was, I was like pretty, so it's like I could still be mad and be stupid and be ignorant to dudes, and they still got my attention. Hence, that's why when I saw the whole Jen thing go down, like, I understood it, like, because it was funny because men in the chat. And so if you don't know what I'm talking about, I did a video on this. Check it out. What did I call that video? I'm gonna add it, but I did a video on that. Oh, it's called "Black People Don't Wear Your Color as a Scab." And Jen Garcia was on there, and I seen the whole train wreck happening, and I got it with her because that was the way I was, as far as teenager, young adult coming up. I always got guys' attention. It was easy. Like, it was nothing I had to try. Only difference between me and her is I wasn't out there putting myself out there as far as a sexual nature. But some women do that because they feel like they have to. But it was just easy for me to get their attention. So obviously, yes, like, why should I change if it's easy for me to get their attention? Then I started to learn, like, you know what? You don't want to be the one to hurt people, because my heart was always pure, guys. Like, I was the one, like, I would date somebody and I would tell you, like, I don't think it's going to work. And the guy would be like, no, no, let's try. And I would be like, I was very honest in relationships. I didn't like lead people on. Now, if they wanted to stay with me, that's fine. But I never liked that, what that looked like. I did not like what that looked like when you, put it this way. I wasn't the person to keep somebody lingering on just because I know it's easy to use them. That's not me. That's not even my heart. So I was always in relationships and I knew they weren't going to work. I always was very straight up with the guy at the very beginning, and I would just cut it off at the very beginning. All right, so yeah, ladies, I think a lot of us, we, unless we got lucky and did get married or blessed, we're not gonna have the lucky blessed conversation. The words are the same to me, but I'd rather say blessed. But yeah, I think it's a great thing. And I think will be a blessing for men, for women to come out of that and understand how much peace it is to want to trust a man and let a man make the choices and let a man do the things that he is created to do. It's a peace. And no, you can say that in your teens, 20s, and 30s. I can do it. I'm going to get these degrees. I'm all woman. I'm every woman, and I can do it. And then you're going to be sitting there with them degrees on the wall looking at you in your 30s, 40s, and 50s like, okay, they can't talk back to me now, and I'm by myself. So I really want to stress that to women now and help them now, because I don't want you being like that unless you want to. I'm not knocking any woman that wants to be by themselves, because everybody's not meant to be with somebody. I think it is meant to be communal. We are human beings made for community, but some people just, because of circumstances, maybe they've been hurt, molested, used some type of way, they don't trust relationships, and that's understandable. But like I said, I do want to change that point of view with people. Okay, let me go back in the chat. Sorry, guys, I haven't been looking at it. When I get to talking, I'll talk. All right. That's the good use of the phrase transitioning. Thank you, Trash Can. Is we dropping names? No, Trash Can, I'm not. Y'all not about to get all up in my business. Not yet. Okay. Blind guy, his wife, the life. She says, I listen to Corey. He's still checking me. Corey's so funny. I can't wait till Wednesday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. If you don't know, Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life. They have a show, and it's so epic and fun. You guys get me so in. I'm up. I'm doing stuff, and I have to grab back my phone, running errands and everything. Driving. No, I'm not driving. Let me quit. But yeah, this show is good. Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. Also, Trash Can Waves is coming in. He's starting his movie roles, so check out him. I got my fam. LA Stewart hasn't started yet. He told me he's supposed to start his channel, so check him out too. My Vivid Life. If you want to know the life of 40-year-old and plus divorce, check her out. Also check out JP, the Aspiring Matriarch's channel. She has a lot of content. And Darius, are you starting a channel yet, buddy? I don't know if Darius has a channel, but if he does, check it out. And Miss Salamander Nelly, I don't know if she has a channel yet, but check her out if she does, because we're about family up in here. We are not haters. We are family here. All right, so Salamander, let me go back. I see something you typed. She says, I think a lot of us are not skilled at convincing a man to do something and also convincing him that it is his idea. I know that's something I struggle with. Okay. All right. Let me read that again. That was a good comment. Salamander Nelly says, I think a lot of us are not skilled at convincing a man to do something and also convincing him that it is his idea. I know that's something I struggle with. And a lot of times, guys, even just from my experience with men and even my husband, like once they mess up, especially if it was something you told them not to do and you just kind of let that man figure it out and he does it, if he's honorable, he's going to come back to you and say, you know what, babe, I should have listened to you. My bad. And sometimes you guys, and you know, guys, in life, we got to make mistakes. That's how we learn. So I think it's a good thing to only be with or marry somebody you trust, because then you don't have those issues of, okay, is he making a bad choice? Because you trust him. So if you trust him, then we have to be ready for his mistakes. All right. Let's see. Trash Can Wade says, "Go the blind guy comment." Blind guy, his wife, that live says, "I wish we could chat with pictures. I have receipts for Tracy Morgan doppelganger." Oh, really, my vivid life. What are they? A family member or were they a friend? Which one were they to you? JP says, "When you hit create banner at the top, it is a button left side." Okay, create banner button left side ish. Um, let's see. Okay, here we go. I see it, JP. Let's see. Uno, dos, tres. Let's see if it works. All right, show. Hey, y'all get excited when I do something, even little stuff. And this is how I am when I teach or coach people or train, like little things. Sidebar. I think you always need, that's my baby. You need to always be excited about the little things you do, guys. I'm a proponent of that. I'm going to encourage the little things and I'm going to get excited. So, hey, it's going on the bottom. All right, guys. Let me get back. What are you guys saying? Thank you for being here. Everybody that's here, if you don't know who I am, I'm Mrs. B Finesse from Millennial Finesse Mindset. I discuss different topics, trending, family ideals, things dealing with relationships, fitness, life. I try to do motivational shorts for you guys at least every 2 days just to get you guys encouraged and let you know I'm here rooting for you. So make sure you guys check that out. If you want a bar scrolling at the bottom, if you want to support or just let me know you're watching me and you appreciate it, you guys can hit the buy my coffee or the Cash App. I would appreciate it because I'm new in these YouTube streets, but I'm trying to grow together with you guys. All right. So let's see. Thank you, JP. I got it. Let's see. All right. LA Stewart says, as a man who's been through domestic violence, every time I cried out for help, many people said it was my fault. The church mostly, they felt only women can be abused. Wow, I appreciate that, LA Stewart, because many men won't admit that. Oh my goodness, what I do with that video? Guys, let me know in the chat. Let me bring the chat down so I can see if somebody tells me. There was a guy. Now, I know my fellas will probably know this, and some ladies too. He was a comedian on Wild 'N Out. I was gonna do a story over that, but I got that week. I did like 4 stories, like a couple weeks ago, and I didn't get to do it. But do you guys know the name of the guy that was on Wild 'N Out? And his wife, like, beat the mess out of him. Like, he did a video with somebody, some other YouTuber, and he talked about his wife beating him up, and she had been beating him up. This was not something new. She'd been beating him up, and he had the blood on his face and stuff. And he did like a video the day it happened. And then he did another live with somebody. Can somebody tell me who that is? But it's real in these streets. These women are knocking the mess out of these men. These women think they're men. You know, guys, it was a time where a woman was scared of a man. Like, she knew he was bigger than her, so she didn't get too bold. But like now, it's just so extra. It's like weird. It's like demonic or something. These women are just, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. But yeah, I appreciate you telling your truth, LA Store, because this is very common. And the only reason it's a oddity is because men don't want to talk about it. And you know why men don't want to talk about it? Because a man's actual layers and who he is, his essence is to be the dominator, is to be in control and the one to take care of things, not to be hit on like a punching bag. So yeah, women, we got to do better. And that's just not black women, that's all women, because white women hit their men too. And Asians too. You just don't hear about it. But that is a topic that needs to be discussed. So thank you, LA Stewart, for that. I really appreciate you being honest with that, sir. Let me go back in the chat a little bit. Hey, I got Patrice and Adrian here. Guys, listen. Have you guys ever seen Adrian cam up? Adrian is so pretty. I'm sorry, Adrian. Sidebar. You are beautiful. I love your hair. I've never seen you cam up before. So shout outs to Adrian and Patrice on a live, taking it to a whole nother level. Okay, do you mean to say homeboy in your title? No, homegirl. Because if I say homeboy, and I broke that down, Patrice, so I'm gonna reiterate what the conversation is about so you can know. But no, I meant homegirl. So I mean in the sense like, so let me break it down again. So when I said in the title, stop treating your man like your homegirl, I'm in an essence of two facets. One facet, Patrice, is like in a relationship. So when you're married or you're with the guy committed long term, you want him to basically kind of do whatever you want to do as far as like even like some men just don't like shopping, but women want to take them out shopping with them. You want him to go out and do things that you want to do, but you never really ask him if he likes it or not. And so it creates a contention if the man cannot be honest with you that he doesn't like doing some of the things that you like, and then there's this negative regret narrative. So then when the man all of a sudden out the blue says, I think this is not going to work, or he cheats on you, you're not really sure what happened. But if you would have paid attention to the signs of like you treating him like your homegirl, thinking he wants to do um like well, okay, so I'm saying like going out, maybe going to get your nails done, going shopping, things that we like to do as women, a lot of men don't like to do, but we want them to do those things, and we assume that they're our homegirl, and we don't realize they're totally different than us. Now, don't get me wrong, some men like to do it. Like, to be honest, guys, my husband did not like to go shopping or any of that. But when he first started dating me, like I went so much, I love shopping, going to the store, that like now he like is like right along with me because he likes getting deals like I do. I like getting deals, guys, when I go shopping. So I mean, but he's a different situation. But that's kind of what I mean, Patrice. And then the next thing, Patrice, is I'm talking about like in a friendship, men start treating women start treating men like your homegirl. So instead of you just being honest with that man and saying like I really don't want to be with you, we kind of give him that homegirl role. We give him that homegirl persona to where, you know what, I'm just giving you just enough where you think like we might be together or we might be in a relationship, but we're doing the homegirl, hey boy type of thing. We're not being honest with him and just telling him like I don't want to be with you. And I basically discussed, Patrice, earlier when I started the chat, that I was very adamant to let people know from the beginning if I knew it wasn't going to work, because I didn't want to deal with that fanboyness. I didn't want to deal with that stalker thing. I didn't want to deal with somebody being hurt because of me. So I was very, like I have the gift of goodbye. I say I was very what's the word, intentional when I dated people. If you didn't seem like you were marriage material to me, I didn't even waste my time with you. I was that way like in college. I was very intentional when I was dating because I just don't like my time wasted. I'd rather be chilling by myself, leveling up, than wasting time with somebody that I know is not for me. I don't have a problem with that. I think a lot of people do, though. They want to be in relationships so bad that they force things and they don't really even know themselves. Because when you know yourself, you're not going to waste time in a relationship with somebody when you know they're not for you. All right, so let's see. At Darius brings that same heat when you jump in these panels. Yeah, Darius and Trash Can Waves, they make any chat just turn into like a whole movie. JP says, my Vivid Life, your guests can screen share and StreamYard ad as well. Yeah, guys, so I'm not doing all that yet today. I'm still learning StreamYard. If you didn't know, fam, just getting up in here. This is my first official stream on StreamYard. Yep, your girl's trying to level up like the rest of you. I just literally made this this morning. So I am kind of testing. This is like, it wasn't really a real topic I was going to talk about, but it was something that was on my mind before, and I was just going to do a short video, but I said, no, I want to have a family discussion about it. So this is like a pop-up live. Those that are just entering into the chat, good day. I'm glad you stopped by. Make sure you guys share the video. Go ahead and like it and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification. We are having a discussion today. Women, stop treating your men like your homegirl. And we are talking real situations. So in the chat earlier, we were asking discussion, ideals, what the men were saying, because I don't want this one-sided. I don't want just the women talking. I want to hear what the men have to say also. We had one of the fellow people in the chat, Mr. L.A. Stewart. He brought in the concept of the Me Too with the men getting abused, and that's not getting talked about. And I think that is a big underlying dilemma that is so taboo, and I don't even know if that would ever get the attention it needs, because many men will not talk about it at all. Many men won't. So hopefully that gets the attention it needs soon. Okay. Adrian says, Trash Can Waves, it's not a wedding ring. On my left hand, it's my high school ring. Oh, all right. Let's see. Yes, Adrian, that's my baby, my little girl, guys. If you don't know, I have a newborn. Well, she's not newborn, but she is. So, yep, I just had a baby this year. So, if you hear little sounds, that's her. She's teething too. So, she's kind of fussy in and out. Okay. Adrian Nash, your school ring or your wedding ring finger? I thought that was cute too, Adrian. Adrian kind of threw something out there for Frank. Where's Frank at? Somebody get Frank. Get Frank on up in here. We're gonna make some struggle stream love teams together up in here. Let's see. A Miss B Finesse, my cash app is purple for coaching services. I hear you. You know I'm your little sister, JP. We waiting at Darius. Trash can waves, facts, bro. I gotta apply pressure on them for real, for real. LOL. But bro, you gotta do a second channel. Being a yes, you guys. Once again, trash can waves is like so. His wit is beyond compare. I thought I was witty. Trash can waves just he's on spot when he says stuff. Like he says stuff and it's like on point. Like something will happen in the chat. So any stream you're in where you see us, look for Trash Can Waves if you're new to the stream. Look for the name Trash Can Waves at any stream where you see any of our faces in and just read what he's saying. Darius too. But Trash Can Waves, like he has something for everything. And it's really funny. And some stuff that shouldn't be funny, we're laughing at. We should not be laughing, but it's funny because the way he says it. So yeah, Trash Can Waves needs all kind of channels. And it's weird his juxtaposition because he'll be like serious and then he can go to be funny. But he does say serious stuff. Like guys, check out some of his videos. He has some videos on there where he is talking some real social issues going on, and I respect that. Adrian Nash, my Vivid Life, thank you. Oopsie, sorry, hold on. Okay, let's see. My Vivid Life, thank you for saying that, ma'am. And please know that it is my goal to articulate my truth, be transparent in any communication. Yeah, Adrian, I really appreciate you. I was saying that in the chat too, on that live you did earlier. I appreciate that you are being honest. And this is what I love about this finesse fam. Like we are very honest in our discussions and we have no problem with admitting when we are wrong. And I think that is growth right there. I loved hearing the different perspectives, especially the way Adrian's seeing stuff too. And I'm glad, sidebar, Adrian, that neighbor moved away from you because, oof, he gave me the heebie-jeebies when you were talking about that situation. And so, guys, if you don't understand, as far as like us as women too, like we know when somebody is just like creepy. So even though some of you guys, your intentions is to be kind of friendly or cordial, especially when you get that vibe, women, I don't think you should ever not pay attention to that vibe because that is your ticker to say like, beep beep, get away from that person. So if you get like creepy vibes about being around a man or a woman, you better get away from them. So Adrian, I'm glad he moved away from you. Let's see. Trash can waves. Let's talk about this women wearing. Here we go. That's why he just said stuff. I'll just read it. Miss B Finesse, let's talk about these women wearing rings on their ring finger. And don't that push the guys away? I mean, man, tell me, does that push you away? If you're a single male, will it? Or my married man can say too, if when you were single, guys, let me know in the chat. Does it push you away if you see a woman with a wedding ring on her finger? Will that push you away from talking to her? Put 1 in the chat for yes and 2 for no. We're gonna do that. Would a woman with a wedding ring with it doesn't have to be wedding because some women just put rings on. If you see a woman with a ring on her ring finger, men, will that push you away? Yes, put 1 in the chat if it would push you away, or put no or 2 in the chat if it wouldn't push you away. Some people don't care if you have on a ring or not. They don't care. But some men don't even wear their wedding ring. So it's a conundrum and an oxymoron because some men don't wear wedding rings. Some couples don't wear rings. All right. So sometimes you really got to ask people. All right, trash can. No, don't get Frank. Trash can says, no, don't get Frank until she makes space on her ring finger. JP says, indeed, Adrian. Hold on, where are we at? You guys are really active in the chat. Okay, I'm going to get a couple more chats and then I'm going to get back to topic. LA Stewart says, JP, that's fine. Matriarch, as far as being friends with women, I can do this because I am a fighter, but I want to help men who've been through divorce and abuse. I want to help women understand men better. Hence, why you need to start your channel, LA Stewart. You definitely need to start your channel because there are men in that exact specific niche that need to hear that you've come through it. And women. Because guys, you don't realize when you have a specific ideal or principle that you need to talk about, you're helping everybody. You're helping the people that did it, that need to stop. You're helping the people that been through it, and you're helping those in the future so they don't have to go through any abuse or pain. So it's necessary for you to say your voice. All right. Trash Can Wave says, gotta lower your defenses and slip this knowledge in. Yeah, that Trojan horse. That's what you gotta do. JP says, Trash Can Waves, you should do a reenactment of the planner story and let the net decide. JP saying, deliver us from evil style. Stop, JP. You need to stop, JP, for real. I'm not JP, I'm sorry, Trash Can Waves. You need to stop. LA Stewart. JP says to LA Stewart, I don't believe men and women should or could just be friends. I do. And I'm going to tell you why I believe they can. I believe men and women can be friends. Now, I believe at the same time, those ideals, yes, that might be the paradigm, JP. So I guess I can use myself, for example, since y'all want to get all in my business. Just playing. Anyways, so with me, guys, I enjoyed having guys as just friends. Now I had girls that were friends, but as far as guys as friends, my whole thing with it was I was super platonic all the time. And I believe with the male that's just your friend, if you give him any signs of that anything is going to transpire, he's going to take it. Especially if he's a young male, he's going to take it. I think if you're very straight up and you're what's the word, intentional with a man, he will respect your relationship. But that doesn't mean every once in a while he's not going to think anything. I'm not going to say that a man, especially if he's attracted to you, won't think it. But I think what he will do is he will put those primal urges down because he respects the friendship with you. Men, let me know. I don't want to speak for a man. I'm just saying my relationships with guys are great even to this day. And it's because they understood and respected where I came with them. I didn't play around. I didn't do no sneaker freak. I didn't do none of that. I was very intentional with who I was, and they respected it. So they respected me. But I think, like I said, if you put yourself out there and you give a man the opportunity to think that he's going to get anything, he's going to take it like a lion. All right. But I kind of think I get the concept of what you're saying, JP. I know I had a lot of platonic relationships with men, and they were great. Men with wives, men single, because they knew the boundary. I said it, like, we're not going over this, and you just don't allow that slippery slope. But yeah, if you allow the slippery slope, yeah, men are going to do their natural nature. If they're attracted to you, I mean, isn't that a good thing if he's attracted to you? Let's see. I could just be friends with a man. We know that, Adrian. Guys, we're gonna get Adrian. That's me and Darius's goal. We said we're gonna get Adrian wifed up. We're gonna get Adrian married because Adrian, we know she's got the best heart in her. But I don't know. I don't want to impede on Adrian because she might not want to be married. So I'm not about to impede on my sister. But we're gonna get you married, Adrian, because we know you a good one, Adrian. Despite the things you say. But I love watching Adrian. Adrian, you need to cam up more. You need to cam up more because I like watching you. Because I always see your avatar. I never see your face. Thank you, Adrian. I try to do a little bit, girl. I try to do just a little bit. All right, let's see. LA Stewart says, at Adrian Nash, I feel having an older man as a friend gets things because men can put you up on game. And see, LA Stewart, that could be a double-edged sword because a lot of women want an older man because they want a sugar daddy. So you gotta be careful. Like I said, you guys, if you're intentional with anything, I know it works. If you're intentional and you're very upfront, kind of like JP was saying earlier, and you tell people what it is you want and need, especially a man. If you tell him what you want and need, if he's a good man, he's going to do it and provide it and take care of it. But I know this personally to myself. I talk in parables and hyperboles, guys. I always wanted a man to know me. I want you to figure me out. If I look at you like this, I want you to know what it means. Like this, I want you to know what it means. Like I want you to know what it means. And I don't know why we do that as women. Can you guys tell me in the chat, women, why do we do that? Why do we assume that a man's supposed to know what to do? When, if you think about it, who the heck knows anything if you don't verbally tell them or express it? But I know I was guilty of that. So I'm going to raise my hand. I'm going to be the first woman to raise my hand. I was very guilty of that. I always assumed men had this organic thing where they could fill you out and read you out. And they just knew it. I don't know. At least the men I did it, they figured me out. I guess when I make that stank face, it's not hard to figure out, huh, guys? I make 1,000 faces too, guys. So even if I didn't talk, I probably would be like so hilarious to watch because I make so many faces. If you click the comment, it shows up on screen unless you don't want them. Oh, I thought if I clicked the comment, blind guy, his wife, it was deleted. It would delete it. What's it saying? Oh, it says show. Cool. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Okay, because it's moving so fast, I'm trying to do like this all kind of stuff going on the screen. Thank you, blind guy. At LA Stewart, dismissing 20-somethings perspective also dismisses them from the conversation. Let's see, Adrian, I could just be friends with a man. Okay, let's try it. Let's see if it works. Oh, that looks neat. Look at Adrian, guys. Okay, Adrian says I could just be friends with a man. So, Adrian, are you intentional? Like, do you want to be married? That's my question before we get into the second part of this. LA Stewart says, JP, the aspiring matriarch, I say they can be friends as men and women. They can be friends. I agree with LA Stewart, but it has to be intentional and it has to be defined. If it's not intentional and defined, so when I say intentional, because like I said, I'm an educator, so I explain everything, guys. When I say intentional, it means purpose. Okay. And when I say defined, it means there needs to be boundaries set. So if it's not intentional and defined, then it's not going to work, a man and a woman being friends, because there's always going to be lines crossed. And that's just period. That's just the nature of a man and a woman. There's going to be lines crossed at some point. Let's see. Miss B Finesse, your tweet. Oh, let's see. Thank you, Adrian. Let's see. Let's see. LA Stewart says, Adrian Nass, I feel having an older man as a friend gets you because you can put him up on game. Okay. What do you think about that, Adrian? Do you agree with what LA Stewart says? He says having an older man is necessary because you can put him up on game. JP, the spy matriarch, of course you enjoy keeping men as friends. They are still giving you attention without rejection issues. Okay. Let's see what JP says. JP says, of course you enjoy keeping men as friends. They are still giving you attention without rejection issues. All right, JP. Let's see. Dang, so many comments. Let's see. For you to think. Okay, let's see what Adrian says. Adrian says, trash can waste. It is unfortunate for you that you think that I'm mean. Trash can, you say she's mean. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I see that it stopped. A blind guy, his wife. Your girl's learning, guys. Your girl's learning. Okay. All right. So let me get back into this, guys. All right. Let's see. Okay. So let's get into the side where I said stop treating your man like your homegirl, and then the relationships. So I think I got a lot of people in the chat that can kind of concur on this because this kind of went on earlier in the discussion. All right. That Miss JP had with the people on her panel. So when I say start treating your man like your homegrown relationships, I think, like I just mentioned earlier, guys, you need to be very intentional in relationships. You need to be very intentional. Okay, you need to be very clear on what the relationship is, and you need to be intentional. All right. So what you shouldn't do, ladies, you should not, and you know this, but we do this as ladies. But you know it. But I'm just gonna say it and put it out in the atmosphere. Stop being with or around men that you know like you, but you know you don't want to be with them, and you have no intention or purpose to be with them, even if they're good friends, guys. Because at some point, when a man like really likes you, that it's hard for that to go away. Like if he has feelings for you. So if you know you don't have feelings for him, and you see he's giving you a lot, giving out, he's giving more. let me switch it on up, guys. Let me put my little shades on and match my jacket. Let me look real professional like. There we go. Let me look real teacher like for you guys. All right. So once again, when he is giving all these things to you, you need to make sure that you are intentional by letting him know. Once again, a lot of women will not do that. And if you think about it, why would a woman do it? She's getting what she wants. But women, and if you don't want to get in a situation where you have a guy stalking you, or he gets a fatal attraction motive, or he misunderstands your motive and intentions, you need to be intentional and let him know that. All right? Do not use people. I know that's easier said than done, but I'm telling you, this age is different, guys, than I could say 10 or maybe 20 years ago, especially relationships. People are out for the jugular. They are harming people, and ending their existence because of these jaded feelings or assumed feelings. So once again, guys, we need to stop playing with each other, especially when you are in a friendship with somebody, or I guess leading to courting. Make it clear and known what your intentions are in the relationship, guys. Very clear. Make it clear. All right. Let's see. New. All right. Attractive but mean. Trash can waste. Are you talking about Adrian right here? A trash can waste is attractive but mean like a like a rose. Okay, so guys, in my streaming stuff, we're gonna be very like family friendly, because I'm gonna have like teenagers that actually watch the stream and look at stuff too. So I don't want to get any too explicit with anything in a sense like that, because I know there will be that demographic of people watching, because I do talk about confidence and motivation. So let's keep it like that in this stream. We want to keep everything, you can talk in code and say stuff, but we want to keep it real grown in here, but be aware of the audience that looks at this information too. Let's see. All right, JP says, oopsie, here we go. All right, JP says, so thirsty for attention, she spilled it on red table and posed naked on the magazine. I missed it in the chat. Who are we talking about? Are you guys talking about Steph Curry's wife? I missed what you guys were saying in the chat. So I think that's what that's for. Let's see. And thank you, LA Stewart, for directing that when I didn't see it in the chat. Because you guys, I was talking, and like I said, I got my little side notes here, so I'm not reading everything that's in the chat. But thank you for those in the chat that are trying to keep this real fly and finesse like and family like too. So thank you for that. Let's see. Okay, let's see what Patrice is saying here. Patrice says, did you see where that guy killed his ex? The bank oh my goodness, Patrice, I seen that. And this is why I'm having this discussion. I mean, it's lighthearted and funny, and we having a good time, but this can get really serious, guys. And this is why you really need to stop playing with people. And this is why I'm making this clear for whoever's watching, from young adults, teenage, young adult, to us that are wise in our age and our years. We need to really start playing games with each other, because people are so hurt and jaded nowadays, and they're so depressed and just have anxiety, and they're so out of it that their mind is not even to the point where they can handle the rejection. So you need to be very careful with playing with people's emotions. And guys, just to sidebar, you shouldn't do that anyway. Just be honest with people. Be very honest, and don't feel bad about what you feel like you need in a relationship, or what you feel that you can tolerate. I think the biggest thing in relationships is people are settling so bad and so miserable that they create this facade that they will never get what they need. And guys, please don't ever say never with that. Don't ever say like, I'll never get this, or I'm so old that I'll just be a cat lady, or I haven't found the man now, and so I'm never going to find him. Don't do that, guys, because you never know. The person you want and the person that's meant for you is right around the corner. Sometimes you just need to take a break and deflect from the negativeness that you keep putting around yourself. You might want to get around, if you want to be married, get around people that are married. Find some people that are what you want. And that is just a life goal, guys. Don't be around people that are negative and not going anywhere or doing anything. So if you want to be married, get around married people. See what they do, how they move. See how it's working. Ask them the negative. Don't just look for a wedding, ladies. Marriage is beyond the wedding and the dress. It really is. And you know the statistics say it's so sad. A lot of women get married just for the wedding, and then they end up getting divorced in 5 years. So it's stupid. You wasted money. You could have put that in a stock. You could have put that money in a Roth IRA, or you could have put that money in a mutual fund. You could have invested that money in some startups and Start Engine. You could have went and bought you some residential property. Guys, don't get me on the finance. I know I'm family, fitness, finance, all of it. So I'll get into that later. But yeah, it's bad what we do or the things we want for short term. We're not in it for the long haul, and that's why I love these discussions with each other, because we can and we can help each other as a team and a family. All right, let's see. Let's see. Who is this talking? Adrian? All right, Patrice says, I've seen videos on YouTube, you guys beating up women and rejecting their flirts. Yeah, and some guys are crazy. And this is why I said, guys, it's there's a tactful way to deny a person too. Like if somebody, I'm gonna tell you guys what I did when I was a teenager. I told you guys, I felt like I was doggone the applesauce and the Kool-Aid. I mean, I took care of myself, so I looked very nice when I was younger. I'm not gonna sit out here and say I didn't, and that's not me being arrogant. I did. My mother taught me that. Like, you go out, you look like something, whatever. Like, even when I was younger, I still like wearing tennis shoes now, but even if, like, when I was younger, I go out, my tennis shoes, I don't know, my Jordans or Timberlands and some sweatpants and, I don't know, a tank top or wife beater, but I still was, like, presentable. Like, I still knew how to kind of handle myself with people. So I feel like even if somebody does say something to you and you're not really for it, there is a tactful way to deny somebody or reject them. You don't got to be all extra like, boo, what you talking to? Who you talking to? I don't want you. Like, literally, guys, that face I made, that's what I did to people. And I'm surprised nobody even tried to knock me out, because literally, guys, I was that diva. Like, I was extra. Like, you're not even on my level. Yeah, I said stuff like that. I mean, but when you get a lot of attention, this is why I understand some of these women that are just like so like gung-ho. Because when you get a lot of attention as a woman and you always get your way, yes, like you're stuck in that facade until you grow up. Like, or you grow out of that, because it's like old and it's not cute. But you get attention for it. So, hey, Abby Stalker Mom is here. Hey, Abby. Hopefully the baby's doing good. Nice to see you here in the place. Let's see. Trash can waves, like, you just make it work, huh? I'm telling you guys, just not this face. I know lots of facets. Knowledge about stuff, especially we don't know growing up in America as Black people. Some other cultures that are Black know this in other countries, but we're not really taught that. And Lord knows, you're not taught it in school, how to deal with finance and how to make money moves and stuff like that. So it's important, guys, that you get on that game, especially just like my Vivid Life says, get that will together. We're trying to, pass on that family wealth. You need to make sure you guys have your wills intact too. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, blind guy, his wife, their life says, let's put that up. All right. Blind guy, his wife, their life says, wasting money and time on weddings, not lifestyle and marriage. Exactly. And it's like an epidemic, guys. Like, if you look up the statistics, it's crazy. I'm a data-driven person. It's the rate of people getting divorced between 3 and 5 years when you spend all that money on and they said the average wedding, guys, is like $20,000. And listen, people without money spend that much on weddings because they put it on credit. And so you accumulated all that money, all that debt, and you divorced. And then you got that debt, let you not have kids, and you got that debt, alimony on top of it. Like, It's not a smart move. Not smart at all. Sorry, guys. Okay, and Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, folks don't even know what they can do with the money, like all the things you mentioned, investments. And you know what? At least I know the population of black people don't know what to do, guys, because they were never taught it. It was nothing ever pushed in with our culture. It was such a demographic of flashiness and having things and a material that to us that was enough. If we could show our wealth on our body, that's enough. But anybody that knows about wealth knows that's fake wealth. That's fake rich. You can't show your wealth on any part of your body. And if you guys know the richest people in the world, they look like homeless hobos. They don't put on airs and put in show because guys, this is how I would think. If I was like super rich and wealthy, like billionaire, number one, you'll never know it. Number two, I wouldn't be flashy about it because duh, if I'm walking around flashy with it, somebody's gonna be jealous of what I have, and then they might try to attack me. But like but American, that's American culture. But specifically, yeah, black people, it's like it's just you want to wear your wealth on your sleeve, but it's not even wealth because if you think about it, guys, you're wearing somebody else's label. Now I can see if you had your own clothing line and you were wearing your own clothes you made, but you're wearing another person's brand on you. How much cognitive dissonance is that? Like I'm excited about putting somebody else's brand and plastering that so everybody can buy it. I'm not going out there grinding making my own brand to sell. So yeah, the mindset, like I said, millennial finesse mindset, guys. The mindset is a terrible thing. Like if once you change it, like you grow from that point. But if you keep the same mindsets, you never change, guys. And it's a horrible place to be. You're negative and mean and not positive. Like you don't aspire to do or be anything. It's horrible. It's horrible. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Let's see. All right, let's see what Patrice is saying. JP, this by matriarch, that's the way you perceive it. I've done it in many chats, especially TLA, because he always forgets his shades. All right, let's see. JP, this by matriarch says, LOL, look up internet etiquette. I don't care. It's not my stream, and I can mute the text if it's truly annoying. Yep, definitely, because I'm going to have control of what's going on in my stream. It's not going to go sideways. All right. Let's see. Cool. Adrian says, here we go. Put that up. Blind his wife their life. My dog was so delicious. All right, guys. So let's get back into it. And once again, the men in the chat, you guys can concur. If there's anything that I did not say that you want to add as far as the topic, women stop treating your man like he's your homegirl, go ahead and add that so we can put that in the topic and chat. Once again, guys, this was a pop-up live. I wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up, so I just kind of did a pop-up today. Hoping everybody's doing well. If you have not yet, hit that like button for me. We're trying to get that algorithm working. Make sure you guys share the content with somebody that you love and care about, even if you don't care about them. Let them see this because we're trying to enlighten each other here. We're trying to have the discussions that are had, and we're trying to do that in a manner that is tactful and shows how mature and wise we are as a people, because we can have these discussions and we don't have to get ignorant and ratchet. And that's what we're doing right now. And I appreciate everyone in here. Make sure you guys hit that bell too, so you guys can get notified. All right, guys. Let's see. LA Stewart says, real talk, people wear robes, flashy cars, are mostly poor. I have to tell you, I'm rich, and more likely than not, you're not rich. Yeah, and see, that's the thing people don't understand. Like, I don't got to tell you guys that I'm friendly. Like, I don't got to tell you guys that, I like to inspire. You see that if you go look at my YouTube page. I don't have to tell you anything about those type of traits. And see, people don't realize that. You don't have to tell anybody anything. They can judge that by the character that they see and how you show and project yourself. So when you get to the point where you got to start telling people like your attributes and who you are, you might need to look back in the mirror at yourself, because people will pull out those things in you that shine the brightest. So if you're negative all the time and you're mean and nasty, somebody tells you that, you might need to receive that, because that's what you're shining to them. All right. So we definitely need to not be so over consumed with constructive criticism, because honestly, especially if it's coming from a wise vessel, it's necessary for your growth and change, guys. So make sure that you discern that first. Instead of just going off on somebody, make sure to just kind of analyze and step outside your box and say, you know what? Is this person really attacking me, or is this something that I'm projecting forward and I might need to just watch it myself? All right. Because sometimes it can be the most outsiders person that tells you something about yourself, and it's something you might need to want to work on. All right. Let's see. Blind guy, his wife's still alive, talking to Adrian. They said that's what I'm talking about. Good food, Adrian. Let's see. Okay, got to put this up here because I gave my ad for this. I gave my PSA, but I'm going to do it again. Here we go. We got Miss Adrian Nash up on the board. So anybody coming into the stream, let us know if you got some good qualities. We're going to vet you. We're not going to let you get at our girl Adrian. We're going to vet everybody coming through. But we trying to get Adrian wifed up. In our discussion, we stop treating your man like your homegirl. And we working with Adrian, and we're going to get her ready. So this is what Adrian said. Adrian says, at Miss V Finesse, Trash Can Waves, at JP Inspiring Matriarch, at Patrice, are y'all trying to get me hitched? Yes, I am. Only if you want to, Adrian. Because you guys know I did a video over there, did a live stream. I'm not trying to impose my will on you and impose me being married, projecting that to you. But if you want it, Adrian, I will vet whoever you want me to vet for you. All right? Because I can help you get what you need. I can help weed out all the tares in the grass. So we're going to work that with Adrian. We're going to get her where she needs to be, because we know she has it in her. Blind Guy, his wife, the life says, great job on your premiere stream. Yeah, yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you. I appreciate it. I've been like putting it off for so long because there's so many things I had to do above this, but this is much easier. I really like this. I'm gonna get the rest together, do my little YouTube University and Google University to learn some more. Try to pull from some of you veterans too. So expect to get messages from you guys later. But this flows. I like this. I definitely like this better than just streaming through YouTube. Let's see. You guys are so funny in the chat. Okay, Trash Can Waves replying to Adrian. He says, we matchmakers up in here. Yes, we are. You know we're going to vet you. We got men and women too vetting you. See, that's a blessing. You definitely always, women sidebar. If you find a guy or somebody that you really like and you guys are actually talking about marriage and things of that sort, have a mature man vet him for you. If he doesn't want to meet your dad, he doesn't want to meet your brother, if your brother's mature and your dad's mature, or if you go to church, your pastor or some wise older gentleman that you know, a male recognizes a male. So get him vetted through a male that you trust, because if he's an honest, real man, he does not mind meeting whoever you want him to meet, because he wants to be with you, and he wants whoever needs to figure him out, or whoever needs to make sure that he's the right one. He's honored and obliged to meet and talk with them. So that's another way to figure out women. If there's a man that you really like and you kind of want to move forward with him and go into a marriage situation, get him vetted by somebody that you trust, a gentleman, an older gentleman. Get him vetted and have them talk, to spend some time together, because a man, like I said, a good man knows a good man, and he will let you know if he is good or not. And ladies, if the man tells you he's not a good man, don't just go back and wish that you think that you got the hot sauce to change him. You don't, okay? Don't. You cannot change a man, guys. So don't think you got the hot sauce to change him. And especially if he has traits that are negative, you don't want that. You don't want that stuff to your life for the rest of your life. So get rid of him now. And we got Patrice. See, the family is supporting. We got Trash Can saying, yeah. Patrice says, why not, girl? With the love emojis. All right. And Patrice says, put a ring on it. So we're going to get it done for Adrian. We're going to vet it out. We're going to make sure she's got what she needs. All right. Trash Can, I can't with you. I can't. So I'm not even going to do that. Trash Can. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what Snuggles has to say. What would Miss Adrian have to offer? Whatever man she's looking for, what would they get from her that men tell you that they want? I don't know, Snuggles. I'm not sure if who's that question is to. So I guess maybe it's somebody in the chat. Let's see. Trash Can Wave says guy code. Guy code. We are not giving no rundown about. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Trash Can. I was confused. I was like, I'm perplexed. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Stewart says I'm 54 years old, so I can vet real good. I have 3 or 4. My daughters are married. I have 3 and 4. My daughters are married. Yeah, and I think, like I said, a lot of men are scared and really try to kind of detract from meeting anybody that is a male persuasion in a woman's life because they know a man is not about to take no mess. I mean, let me know in the chat, the men that are here. You got a sister or a friend that you're super close to or anybody in that sort. Are you taking any crap from any man coming to talk to them? Or basically, what is your vetting style or form? Give me an example so I can read it off. So the people that are listening to this live and other people can understand how serious that is. The men in the chat, tell me how you vet. And once again, keep it family-like. Tell me what you would do to vet one of your friends that's a woman or your sister, or even if it's say your mom is single and ready to mingle. What are you going to do? The men in the chat, what would you do to vet them? Give us an example so the women can hear it. Let's see. Okay, let's see what Adrian says. Okay, Adrian says, at Miss B Finesse, I do recognize, though, that my wit is an acquired taste. Hence, my hilarious communications with Will Frank the other night. Adrian, that wasn't the Frank you were talking about, was it? I thought it was Frank, our Frank, Frank Gooden. Which Frank did you say that you would talk to? I hope it wasn't the Will Frank guy. I thought it was our Frank, Frank Gooden. Let me know, though, Adrian. I wasn't sure. I forgot about that conversation with Will Frank. Let's see. Patrice. Okay, blind guy, his wife, their lives. Patrice says, let's see. Patrice says, oops. Blind guy, his wife, their life. I know I've seen many content creators struggling with trying to read the small text like this. So that's why I use caps sometimes. No one has complained yet. Me too, Patrice, and it's so crazy, guys. Like, I really just understood recently that caps means yelling. I do caps when I emphasize, and like when I'm doing anything, consulting, counseling, or teaching, or educating, coaching, whatever. When I do caps, I'm not trying to yell. I do that for emphasis. So if I'm saying, like if I was gonna say, Adrian Nash, girl, yeah, we're gonna get you wiped up. I would caps girl, and Adrian Nash, girl, yeah, we're gonna get you wiped up. And so wiped up, I would capitalize. But I'm not yelling, I'm just emphasizing. So I hope you guys don't assume that, because I do that a lot. Because I'm always multitasking when I'm watching lives and stuff. So you're gonna see spelling errors in my stuff. But yeah, I'm not yelling when I do caps. So I don't look at it that way. I never look at caps as yelling. I guess that's what it means, duh, but I don't look at it that way because I use it for emphasis. So I concur with you, Patrice, on that one. Okay, let me put this on the screen. So we have documentation, and this is in those YouTube streets and in the internet. Let's put it up so everybody can see it. Oh, dang it, the doggone chat's going so fast. Hold on, I gotta find that what Adrian put. Here we go. Let me put that up. Adrian says, I like Frank Gooden. So Trash Can Wave, Darius, everybody, she put it out there. I like Frank Gooden. Okay, Snuggle says, let's put up what Snuggle says here, and I'm going to go back to Blind Guy. Snuggle says, a woman can't trust no man to gather information about another man they potentially want to marry that breaks God code. Okay. Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, we have 3 daughters, and my husband's vetting style is a shotgun at LA Stewart. Help us before the pen helps my husband do 30 years. Ooh, that is a lot too. especially with little girls. Little girls, yeah, the men have their guns ready for them, and then these kids now, you would think you would have to prepare for that when they get into high school. Like they're like on a courting goal in like elementary. So good grief, blind guy, we got to make sure we have some money for the books for you, because we know you're gonna be going through the blues. And their little girls are pretty too, guys. So they're gonna go through the blues. JP says she screamed from the Raptors. Okay, let's see what Trash Can says. Here we go. Trash Can says Adrian Nash likes Frank Gooden. You heard it first. That's what I'm saying. I got the breaking news here. You guys know I did what was going on in the world, the trending topics, and what just happened. So we got it here, and we got it documented that she is for Frank Gooden. Gooden's goodies for Adrian. All right, let's see. Let me go back to what Adrian said. Here we go. Adrian says, and thank you for everybody being active in the chat. If you're in the background and you're just kind of listening and voyeuring, guys, come on up in the chat. Let us know what you're thinking. If you agree or disagree, how you feel about these topics and the different comments. Let us know how you feel. Adrian says, I would be glad to have a lifelong friend. I would be glad to have a lifelong friendship with Frank Gooden. Maybe something more lovely could come from that. Or maybe not. Okay, Adrian, now we talked about this. Are you intentional? Are you getting in Frank Gooden's DMs? Are you emailing him? Are you letting him know that you're on his radar? It can't just happen in the clouds, Adrian. We got to be intentional. So we already know that, family. We got to make sure that Adrian is passing through Frank Gooden's radar, so we can make this happen. Okay, let's see what L.A. Stewart says. Okay, so he is back to my question. I'm waiting for more of the men to answer this question so we can get all views on this. All right, so L.A. Stewart says, a real vetting style is knowing where a man is going and where he is going to be in 5 years from now. That's definitely what I asked. This will tell me if the woman can fit in his future. A military man needs a certain kind of woman. That's very true. And that's a good vetting style for women, actually. For women, when you're talking to a man, ask him those things. And you want to ask even early in the relationship. You don't have to use it in a sense of, I want you to marry me. What are your goals in 5 years? Duh. Have some tact, women. But you need to ask that man, what are his goals? Because obviously, if you understand it from a biblical perspective, you are his helpmate. So anything that he is doing, if you are aligned in purpose with him, you're going to naturally have what he needs to help him. Naturally. All right? So with that being said, and that being clear, you need to know what his goals are. Because think about it. Let's just use our friends Adrian and Frank. Let's say Frank Gooden's goal was to be a movie producer in California, Hollywood, California. And Adrian's goal as a woman was to get a farm somewhere in Texas in the South and just raise horses and cattle. So we know that their relationship is not going to work, and they're not going to be there's going to be contention because Adrian is not wanting or meeting what Frank's goals are at all. Now, if Adrian and Frank sat down and talked, because there's always two sides to it or a sidebar. Now, if they sat down and talked and Adrian said, you know what, Frank, 5 years. This is why women, you need to talk to men and see what their goals in life are. You're going to be miserable. If Adrian sat and talked to Frank and she said, listen, Frank, baby, I'm going to support you. You got 10 years in the movie industry. 10 years. After 10 years, I want to go back and live a simple life on the farm. You're going to make enough money in 10 years, Frank. I trust you. I love you. I respect you. I support you. Are you in agreement with that? Now, if Frank is a man about his business and he knows he can handle that in 6 years, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen? He's going to make it happen for that woman. So this is why you got to have that discussion, because if he is not for what you want and he's not a man about one of your hopes and dreams to be as good as his too, It's not gonna work. That's why you guys have to have this conversation. You need to talk to men and ask them, because everything else you'll love about him, the way he looks, I guess the way he talks to you, how he takes care of you, maybe even takes you out in front of his friends and family. But if you don't know what his goals are in his life and you don't know what he really wants, you're going to be miserable when you have those talks, especially if it's dealing with children. You guys need to have a discussion. A woman might not want kids and the man can. That is a destroyer of a relationship, or vice versa. You need to have those discussions early, because then, guys, you weed out people. And a lot of you say, oh, it's too soon in the relationship to do that. No, you want to do that so you don't waste time. Because especially if it's an issue, one of you wants kids and the other one doesn't, and you wasting time getting to like him more and getting used to him more, and he the same with you, it's going to make it even harder when you guys come to that conclusion, because it's not going to work. Period. All right. Patrice says, we know you like Frank Gooden. All right. Yeah, where is Frank at? Trash Can Wait says, where is Frank at? Where is Frank? He might be at work, but who knows? But we definitely got to get this to Frank. You guys share the video with Frank. Make sure you share it with him. Share it with him now, so he can make sure he stays on top of this. All right. JP says Trash Can Waves. I bet he is an excellent marksman. Let's see. LA Stewart says not all women are for every kind of man. That's true. And this is why, guys, you have to really ask people kind of what their purpose is, or what they do want to do in 5 years. That is a really good gauging question. You will get so much more time back in your life if you ask those type of questions, because you won't waste them on people that are really not trying to do what you're trying to do. Now, just because somebody is not in agreement to what you want, or they're not on your, I guess you could say, wavelength as far as accomplishments, does not mean they're a bad person. They just don't want to do what you're doing, and that's okay. All right, but you just know you're not wasting your time, and time is so precious. You guys need to make sure that you're not wasting it. Blind Guy, his wife, their life says, I seen it with my own eyes, Adrian and Frank. Yeah, every time on the lead attorney, every time they both come on, somebody is saying something about Adrian's name, or somebody saying something about Frank. So we already knew what was brewing. We know what's going down. Let's see what Adrian says. Adrian says, at Trash Can Waves, I don't want to be a man's boss. I want to be a man's partner if I partner. See, Adrian, she's right on the same track. That's what Frank wants. She's right on the same track. And I'm telling you, ladies, like I told you before, if you really are with a man that you trust, you have no problem with him taking care and making choices and decisions. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes it takes a while to get out of that like kind of over masculine, I want to control, tell him what to do spirit. That takes a long time. Not a long time, but it's very intentional to get out of it. But once you get out of it and like you're looking on the outside, looking in, you're like, ooh, man, why did I do that for so long? Because, I mean, if you can admit it, ladies, a lot of people are single and by themselves because of that aggressiveness. And it doesn't feel natural, because after a while, you know, like, okay, I don't want to be by myself. I'm not going to tell anybody this because I don't want to be vulnerable. That's a big thing. I hated being vulnerable. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know we struggle with that, women. We don't want to be vulnerable. We don't want to agree that we want a man to be able to have control. We don't want to agree that we want to depend on a man. We don't want to agree that we know a good man is going to have our best interest, and we don't want to be vulnerable. I know I could admit that when I was younger, I hated it. I did it so much to the point, guys, where I honestly never experienced like anybody breaking up with me. Because what I would do is I would sabotage it like before it got like really good. I would say, I don't want to be with you, or I'll just make up an excuse. Or I would just like not be all the way there. And so I know like I really went through the motions with that. As far as me, I'm pretty sure hurting a lot of people, because like I just wasn't really there all the way, because I didn't want to be vulnerable. It took a lot to get me vulnerable. So to be honest, let's see, JP. Trash Can Wave says, JP the Spine Matriarch, she acted like I'm the only one. Patrice is hilarious. Patrice says, Adrian and Frank sitting in the tree. KISSING. You guys are a mess. A mess. A mess. And you know what, guys? If Frank was in here, he'd just be smiling. You guys know how Frank is. Adrian says, it is important to me that my values with my friends, potential lovers, and partners align. No, exactly. And that's why this is my point too, ladies. Do not just accept or take a man just because you feel like you're lonely or you're too old or this is the best out there. Mm-mm. The best is yet to come. So if you're not getting what you need right now, don't give out, put out, or anything. Just chill and marinate. Don't waste your energy on guys just because you want to have somebody around you. Do not do it because you're going to be miserable because you're settling. And we know that, ladies. You know what that feels like in your spirit when you settle for something? Don't do it. I'm going to tell you, as somebody that's never done that. I mean, never. Guys, I literally never. Like, I am very honest with people. If I see this isn't working, or I see that this we've gone as far as we can go, I have the gift of goodbye. What I don't like, guys, is that clinginess from like when you've overextended a relationship and then the person like feels like, oh, well, what can I do? Or can it change? Or I don't like it getting to that. So with that being said, I try my best to be very intentional with people. I try my best to do that. And I suggest women, if you haven't, you need to be very intentional. If you don't like somebody, especially if it's a relationship with a male, you need to be honest with him. Don't lead him on, and don't even continue a friendship with a male that you know likes you as far as feelings. Because what's going to happen is, subconsciously, even though he says, okay, we can be friends, subconsciously, he's always going to have that drive in his head if he's attracted to you that he wants more. So unless you guys can figure that out, like it was a long-term relationship, you've been friends since you were little kids, and you know there's ways around that. If you feel like he's worth having a good friend, you can. But I'm saying you treading on thin water with that because, like I said, if a male feels that way towards you, it's kind of hard for him to change that unless he honestly can put his feelings and suppress his primal being of being a man and say, you know what, I respect her more, so I'm gonna honor this and I'm gonna push my primal nature down. Otherwise, I think that'd be hard. I mean, man, you can speak on this in the chat. You tell me if you guys are attracted to a woman, can you turn that off if you are literally attracted to her physically? Could you turn that off just to be in a relationship with her? Let me know in the chat, man. Yes or no? Let's see. Okay, LA, let's see. JP says, so what is it about love or values? So hold on, let me read what LA Stewart said first, and then we can get into JP. Dang it, chat is really moving. Here we go. Okay, so JP says, so who makes the final decision between the partners? Is it 50-50 partnership? Are you going to give up every other break-in? And then LA Stewart is talking to Adrian. He says, a helpmate does not mean partnership. It means helper. Again, help the man achieve his goal when he has the wealth for you. Look at Tabitha Brown's family as an example of this. So this is what LA Stewart is saying back to Adrian. And guys, like I said, if you love and trust that man and you are really for wealth, family growth, wealth, legacy, then whatever he needs to work on to get where he needs to be, once he gives it, he's going to give it back. I mean, and he's going to be for whatever you're trying to do. That's my experience. Hopefully that is the experience of most men in relationships. But from the people that I know that are married, that's the paradigm on how it works. Like once he gets to where he's going, his wealth level, his legacy level, whatever you need to do, he's got it. Because you guys got to think about it. You want a ground that is able to grow or to sow with, right? So if you both are working, you're trying to get where you need to be, you're trying to pay off things, you're trying to create wealth and all that. It takes time. But once you get there, especially if he has a vision and a goal and he gets there, why would he not want to take care of you and do the things that you want to do and help impede on what you're trying to do? So I think Like I said, I think I think when you step outside the box and really think about that, guys, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense to want him to meet whatever his goal is, his purpose in life, because once he gets there, then you guys have everything you need. You have the wealth, accumulated the accumulated the relationship wealth, which means that time together where you went through the good and bad, because there will be bad. I don't think people talk about the bad as much in relationships, and especially marriage. And beyond that, what happens beyond divorce? What happens beyond moving forward if the marriage didn't work out? I think it needs to be discussed a lot more too. Let's see. Um, I'm still working it out, Snuggles. I don't even know where that is. I'm looking around for that. That'll have to be the next one, because this is a pop-up. This actually, it wasn't really one that we are actually for the books. I'm just working out the kinks right now. Let's see. Okay, so we got Miss Patrice. She said that part, Miss B. Okay. And we got Miss Adrian. Adrian says, seriously, y'all, I recognize that there are so many moving parts and things to consider when considering parting. I can take my time. Yeah, and that's the thing too, guys. I can't stand when people do that. Like when they get to this age thing where they're like, "Oh, you're 20, you need to be married. You're 30, you need to be. You're 40." I think, to be honest, some people just aren't meant to be married. I know some of y'all don't want to hear that, but I think that's true. I think some people don't really want that, or they don't trust it. So if you don't trust the principles of marriage, then that's a tough one. I would hate for you to get into it and then you don't believe in it. It's obvious and admit that it's going to fail because you don't trust the principles of it. But I think that is important, and I think that is good understanding, Adrian, that you do take your time and you do consider your values and what you need and what you will and won't accept. I think some of us get so caught up on the emotion, the lust of meeting somebody and they look good, and I haven't had a boyfriend or girlfriend in so long, so I'm just going to give my all to this. And you're not thinking with logic. You're thinking with emotions, and you're thinking like a primal thinking. You're not really understanding that you have a purpose, you matter, what you need is important, and you need to purport this in your relationship and in the conversation with your other half, or whoever it is you want to spend that time with, spend your life with, or grow with. And like I said, guys, I think it's just as big as us having conversations. When you're dating people, you need to be intentionally dating. I don't even know why some of you are just haphazardly dating right now. What for what? For what? Like why are you haphazardly dating, wasting your time with people that they're just a waste of your time? Why? You are worth so much more than that. And if you're worth more, that you need to wait to get what you need to find yourself and to know what you will and won't take, then wait. I support that. I don't think people should be jumping from relationship to relationship, because the thing about that is you don't truly know yourself until you're alone. Can I get an amen in the church for that one? I just spoke some wisdom to you guys. I gave you guys a $500 counseling session right there. You don't know yourself, guys, until you're alone by yourself, sometimes for some time, because you can really see yourself then. Because when you're in the facade of a relationship, sometimes, especially when it's new, you don't show your true self. And you guys know that. Who can admit that in the chat? Tell me in the chat. Do you show your true self in a relationship? Put one if you agree with me. You don't show your true self. Put two if you do show your true self in a relationship. At the beginning, if you don't show your true self, or you believe and agree with most people do not show their true self in a relationship, put one in the chat. If you do show your true self, or you believe people do, put two in the chat. Because I want to gauge my audience right now. Let me know. Once again, let me repeat it. If you agree with, or you do show your true self when you first meet somebody, put one in the chat. If you agree with, or you do not show your true self, I forgot what it said, sorry. The opposite. Y'all know how it is with a live dog on it. The opposite for two. Because I'm reading the chat too and trying to talk to you guys. Let's see. All right, all right, all right. Thank you, chat too, for being so engaging, guys. You're making this like so awesome because my chats actually talk back to me. So I appreciate my finesse family here. I really appreciate you guys' insight because I know this live is going to help a lot of people because we're being honest and transparent in here and we're being respectful. All right, so I appreciate that, you guys, for respecting this platform. Let's see, let's see. Trashcan says when Snuggles 668 joins a panel, I'm waiting. Has Snuggles ever cammed up, guys? Has anybody ever witnessed the unicorn of Snuggles coming up? Let me know. Let's see. Blind guy, his wife Delight says, I'm going to teach a dance workshop. I'll see you guys later. This has been an amazing seeing Miss B Finesse level up on us. Hey, I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to do it for my family. I'm trying to do it. You guys inspire me. So it's one thing at a time. I have to gauge, family life, mom life, wife life, this holding all this stuff down. I'm trying, guys, but I appreciate you guys' encouragement. It makes a big difference. You guys do not understand that. It makes a huge difference. Okay, JP, let's see what she's saying. Once again, if you're just getting or joining this live, welcome to you. Make sure you guys like and share this, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. My name is Mrs. B Finesse, and our conversation today is stop treating your man like he's your homegirl, and we're talking about real life things that we can do to stop doing this as a community. We're talking about situations so we can gauge to see if this is true or not, and we're trying to give some outcomes and some things we can do to change this narrative as a group collectively and to anybody listening. All right, so JP says it depends on your goals. She says you don't need to be married early if you aren't worried about children. Okay. All right, that's a good one, JP. All right, let's see. JP says has a great one to blind guy his wife, their life. My Vivid Life is saying have fun at dance class. Let's see. Okay, LA Stewart is saying Tyler Perry is right. Most men will help women. I wish some women would stop thinking men are downright evil. Not every woman or man wants to be married, many because of age and the times we live in. Yeah, and I think the whole paradigm is sad because of the way marriage has been plastered as it's been. I think it's been misused in media. So what do I mean by that? To me, I feel like marriage has been misused because one, we see that all these famous artists, actors, musicians are getting married for the sake of like a clout thing. They're not really being married because of principle of marriage. They're being married because it looks good. It looks like something, I guess you could say, conservative that most people want and are. So they're doing it, but they're really not in it. And we can tell that because these Hollywood marriages end, and they're a dime a dozen. I'm not saying people don't stay married. We know some do, but they're not. I think that most of them are facade. Another reason also too is the dynamic between people and us as a people. The negative stereotypes that all black women are angry. They're not, but that's a stereotype being pushed out. All black men are they want other women of other races, white and Asian. They don't want black women. That's totally not true. Because honestly, if you ask a black male, he'll tell you he wants a black woman. But what he will say is, I wish they would treat me right. And since I can't find one that treats me right, I'm going to open my options to other races. And I honestly don't think that's a problem. If that's his choice, I can't control his choice, but I do want to give him another narrative, which means I want him to know that you should not only go to another race because you've given up. That's a problem for us as the people if black men feel like they've given up. Now, if it's your preference, you can't control somebody's preference. Some people like other people in different races. Then it is what it is. But if the sole reason why is because you feel like you want to give up on your race of people, then I think that's something that there should be a discussion, or you should be around maybe other people or marriages or things that you want or you want to see. I think you should find it, search for that to see that it could really change. So that's a thing I do want to put out into the environment, the atmosphere, that just because you got 1 or 2, 3 or 5 bad apples Don't use your whole life and paradigm around the bad apples and the negativity and the things that aren't working, because you are fostering that environment. You believing that it's never going to change. You believing that I've always got okie dokes, I'm never going to get another one. You believing that the women I've always dealt with are mean, angry, and extra masculine. So that's all women of a certain race or culture. That's a negative narrative, and you're a part of the problem when you do that. Yeah, you got to take this. You're a part of the problem when you do that. Now, what I won't do is I will not negate or minimize the experiences that we have all been through to gauge our perception and our ideals about things. I won't minimize that, because many of us have been through some traumatic things that you wouldn't wish upon your enemy. But yet and still, I do not think you should hyper impose something on a whole group of people. All right, a whole group of people. Now we know that it's gonna be ratchets, and we're gonna have Poogies and Ray Rays and all kind of other drama going on. But I do want to impose that on people so they know, like, just your choice is your choice. Your choices are your choice and your experiences, but always be open-minded, guys. Never let one traumatic experience jade your whole perception of life and people and a group of people. Never, guys. Adrian, Trash Can, what are you saying in the chat? I'm glad I'm not really just going through the whole chat, because you guys are. Adrian says, Trash Can, stop being mean. Stop saying that I'm mean. Trash Can, are you serious? You must have been watching too many Little People LA, Little People LA, Dallas, and where? Atlanta. They don't have a Little People Michigan yet, Trash Can Waves, because I know you'd be all on that one. Okay, let's see what Trash Can, he's trying to show face here. Let's see what he says to Adrian. Trash Can Wade says, Adrian Nash, I haven't said you're mean in a minute now. I know you're a sweetheart in your own little way. Yeah, and for those who are new, if Trash Can Waves gets on you, or Jones on you, as we say, or rides on you, which he starts cracking jokes, he doesn't mean it. That's just his personal comic relief. That's how he is. If he catches you saying something that's just out of pocket, he's going to find some type of he's gonna find some loophole in it and just make you think about what you said, but still laugh at the same time. So don't take him personally. Don't take Trash Can Waves personally. He just provides a comic relief in everybody's stream, especially the Lady Tony stream. Let's see. JP said, "Nice backhand." All right, guys. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what Patrice says here. Patrice says, statistically, Black men date and marry outside of their race more than any other race combined. Black women are more race loyal to Black men statistically. Okay. Well, I don't know. I look at my family, and my mother has a lot of brothers and sisters, and all of them, either they have been married or they're married to Black people. I think one of them isn't. And I think, Patrice, too, that depends on the demographic too, like where you're from, East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, South. I think that varies throughout too. But yeah, I've heard that statistic too, Patrice. I've heard that before. Uh, I know you've been. Sidebar, guys. Has anybody watched The Little Women? I think my husband seen it for the first time last week. We watched it. Little Women, New York, Little Women, Atlanta. No, not New York. Little Women, Dallas, Little Women, I think LA, and Little Women, Atlanta. Have you guys seen that show? That show is like so hard to take your eyes off of what you watch it. Those Little Women are a mess in that show too. They are off the chain. I know, Trash Can. I love the twins. I love the twins. I think they should have their own show. And the thing, guys, on the show, if you don't know, just a sidebar, but we're talking about the Little People, Little Women. I think it's Little Women Atlanta. And the other lady was on there too. She died. The lady, I think her name was Money. I think it was Money. I don't know, but she lived in Atlanta, and she was in a car wreck. A semi hit her. She was one of like the people on the show. But anyways, yeah, the twins on Little Women there. So I don't know. I don't know. They're little personalities. And guys, they're all married to like tall people too. So I don't think any of them that are married, a couple of them are married on the show, are married to like shorter people, little people. They're married to like regular sized people. So that's a very interesting dynamic when you're watching it. Which one are you watching, Trash Can? You watching the one Atlanta or LA or the one in Dallas? Because they have three of them if you didn't know. Okay, let's see. Big one are starting. The big one. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. All right, family. Well, like I said, I was just doing a little practice stream right now. I got my family in the house. I appreciate every last one of you guys showing up. I'm going to try to do some more background things. So the next slide we have, we're going to be live in effect with that one. Make sure I have the things up that I need. So once again, guys, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support the channel, you look on the bottom. I have my Buy Me a Coffee Cash App. And once again, I am here. If you didn't know, I am Mrs. B Finesse with Millennial Finesse Mindset. I am here to encourage you guys, inspire you to talk about different things dealing with family, fitness, finance, and us just being better people. We're having those conversations, and I appreciate every last one of you here. Thank you guys for being engaged in the chat. LA Stewart says, great show. Thank you, sir. Um, Let's see. My Vivid Life says make sure to hit the like button on your way out. Thank you, My Vivid Life. Hit the like button. Thank you, Trash Can. JP says all that defense venom. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys for showing up. Seems like we're growing every stream. You guys are awesome. I thank you guys for everything that you guys are doing. We are encouraging each other. Make sure that we're supporting each other. And you guys, oh, thank you, Adrian. She says cheers. And we're going to end with that. Put that up on the screen. Um, so thank you guys for that. And always, once again, when we're saying stuff, make sure you fact check. Look it up. You guys know when we're on stream, all we got to do, guys, is go to Google University and look it up. So should never be a contention or argument about anything because we're on the computers, guys. Just Google what people are saying and see if it's true. All right. So we can always fact check each other. And I appreciate you guys. You guys get some food, get some rest, enjoy your families. You guys have a great day. This was good. All right, guys. Adios, au revoir. Have a great day. Do, 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 do.